we're going to do now. So we're going to continue with our JavaScript question because CSS questions took a lot of time. So now we're going to continue with JavaScript questions. Yesterday also we did some JavaScript questions. So let us do some more. Okay. So it's a lot more. So I have again opened this JSBin in which I have JavaScript and console. So another question in JavaScript is what is prototypal inheritance? Okay, it's a bit of old question. So prototypal inheritance, actually the classes which we see in JavaScript, the modern ES6 classes, they're nothing but actually prototypal inheritance. So what is how do you create a prototypal inheritance? See, if I was doing TypeScript today and the TypeScript code compiles back to a old JavaScript code also. So if a class code you compile back to it, so it will get compiled back to a prototype only. So ES6 classes are nothing but they are also called a syntactic sugar over prototype. So what is like a prototype here? So let me have like this. Okay. And there are a lot of things. Let me copy paste it better. Okay. So suppose I have this thing. Okay. So if I run it, I'll get market. So what is this? Let car equal to function model. This dot model equal to model. And then what is this prototype? With the prototype, car dot prototype, you can create a function out of it. And this is something which you should know, because if I create a function inside it, it will create it again and again. The moment I create an object, see, this is exactly similar to creating an object of a class, new keyword, creating an object of a class, and this is how you can get it. And you can have multiple objects like this. I can have another object also. So this is like, so this is like it is there. Okay, so this is known as and we discussed about this prototype in Hernandez earlier in our advanced course, so please go through it. Okay, so that is there. So so now let's come to the next question, which is like what is one. Okay, so the next question is what is the difference, what is the difference between, write it here only. What is the difference between function declaration and function expression? So both are different ways to declare function. One is through means a constant we make it equal to, that is known as function expression, and the other is known as a function, means in the normal way is known as function declaration. So what is the function declaration? Let me write. So function is func d like this, and this is console dot log of function declaration. This is a function declaration, and this is known as function declaration. And function expression, so it's like this, function e, make it a e, and okay, function expression is not like this, I will change it. Expression, function expression, what happens, I this e will go outside, and function expression they are also from the starting of JavaScript, and based on them only the arrow functions are there. Okay, so that this like this function e equal to function, so this is known as a function expression. So if we call them like this function d and function e, like it, run it, so there will no difference, so it is already been called, so that is there. So but we can call a function declaration even before initializing it, but it is not true for function expression. So me see, this is something which you can do the interviewer. So if I do like this, okay, so this function d, see, function declaration run, but this one function e, this gave me error, because that is there. And now, one of the most important interview questions in JavaScript, which is like, okay, so the one of the most important interview question in JavaScript is is JavaScript synchronous and asynchronous, and what is event loop? You can treat them as a different question also, but they are generally the same question. So JavaScript is actually a synchronous single threaded language. Okay, the asynchronous behavior of JavaScript, asynchronous behavior means what? Set, timeout, callback, promises, API call is not part of JavaScript itself, but it is on the top of the JavaScript language in the browser. It comes from the browser and it accesses through something known as the browser API. Okay, it is that. So what is this asynchronous kind of JavaScript thing? Like I do async JavaScript also, so please go through that. In JavaScript course I have async JavaScript also. In that I answer this thing, what is like asynchronous, when you do an API call and all those things. So as I can say, this is like a theoretical question, and okay, so not completely. Maybe I can give and give a thing like okay, suppose I have a function main, and in this I have a console log a set timeout is there in this in which I have a function console log b, but the set timeout is also with a 0 second. So if I run this main, it should be like a should become here, then after that b, then after that c, but it is not like this. A C B will come, not A B C, even though this is like a 0 second. Okay, so even though this is there, this will come like that. So this is a bit complicated to explain, means how does this browser API and all works. And if you want to know more about it, means outside this means interview question and all. Okay, so there is a very good, this happens because of something known as event loop in JavaScript. So there is a very good this event loop video, not from me but from someone else. So this event loop video is there. So please do watch this video. You'll understand much better, means why does this asynchronous behavior of JavaScript come from. Okay, so okay. So that is it. And one more thing, this can be an interview question also. What is the output of the output of this? Okay, the output of this is A C B and not A B C. Okay, because of the concept of even loop. So what is even loop? Please do get to this. And now, what is this is again a very important interview question. When I was teaching that mastering of JavaScript previous week, I told these things. This is a closer is a very important question, interview question in JavaScript. So the thing is that what is a closer and how do we use it? This is a very important question in JavaScript. And here let us write a function for this for this. And suppose I have a var a equal to 10. Closures, the definition is like that. Anyways, I don't go after a definition. Closure are basically an inner function storing the scope information of a variable stored in the outer function. So what does that mean? So that is something you should always tell the interviewer by an example. You will be more happy without the theoretical knowledge and all, because at the end of the day you're going to do coding. It is not like a college that you don't have to be coding. Okay, so like that. Var e equal to 10 is there. Then I have a function and outer is like this, and then var b equal to 20 and var inner equal to function console.log of a and console.log of b, then return inner. Okay, return inner is there, and then var inner fn equal to outer like this, and inner like this. Alright, so this is how it is there. So if I run this thing, clear it and run it. So okay, actually this is also writing. One sec, let me actually close this thing. Now if I run it, oh, why this is coming? sometime this j has been this okay, 10 and 20 is coming. So 10 and 20 is coming but from where this means 20 is coming now, so to explain it, okay, so this below code, the variable b, so this variable b is there. Variable b has a scope from this, from here till here, from here till here only the variable b have the scope. So here at this line, it will die at this line. What is happening when you call the outer function, it can access the value of b, value b, but at this that at this line there is no outer function. So how it accesses the value of b? So value of b, it accesses by the feature of closures, okay. So whenever when this var inner is created here, the JavaScript engines not only stores the function object information but also the scope information, okay. So b have a value of 20 at this time, so it stores like that. So it always remember, it is type of a snapshot it takes. So that's why we don't get an error, and that's why it is there, okay. So that is there. So you can read in detail about it because we have covered this in previous JavaScript advanced master class also. What is there? Okay. So now again, one more very important question is like this. Very important question is like, explain this keyword in JavaScript. Okay, and this keyword is frankly is very difficult to explain in JavaScript. This keyword simply means that if you are inside a scope of a function or object, this refers to whatever the scope function object you are in, it is there. So it will refer to whatever you are in it. Okay, so it refers to the context of if you're inside a function, it will refer to the function. If you're inside a class, it should refer to the class. So again, let us understand it with a example, okay. So thing is that we are going to understand is the this first thing which we are going to understand. So this answers will give you a brief detail about also this. So first thing is that this inside a global scope. So this is what I'm doing, okay. So for suppose I have a this dot table equal to window table like this, then console.log this dot table and console.log of window dot table, okay. And this dot ge equal to table is ge table and console.log of this dot ge dot table and window the garage dot table, okay. So I'll run it. So it is like this, okay. Window table is coming in this dot table, here also window table is coming, and here all this dot garage dot table also window table is garage table is coming, window is also coming. So when this is in the global scope, it refers to the window. It when this is in the global scope, it will refer to the window. The main thing is here, it is that. So now the next thing is that okay, so I think I cannot do it here. I have to do it in different thing, okay. Okay, let us do something else here only. So this dot table and this was there. After that we are going to see this insider, okay. Maybe I will put this up here, this insider, and comment this out. I will comment this out, and this inside a method. So if you have a method like let naps room equal to like this, and table is naps table, and after that I have a clean table is like this, and console.log cleaning dollar this dot table. Okay. I'll have a console.log room dot table and room dot table. So here we have a private object napstream and it have a function like this. This clean table is there. This keyword inside this function, it refers to the table inside object napstream. So the table inside the object napstream. So this table, this dot table, it refers to the table inside the object napstream. So this is how this is there. So this behaves in a lot of different way. And now the last thing which we are going to see here is like this inside a function. So here we'll have a const clean table equal to function like this, and console.log of clean color this dot table is like this, and here table run it, so it will be cleaning window table. So here is the function called clean table. This refers to the window. This refers like here this dot table will refer again to this window table. This window table. Okay, so this is like that. Inside a function, it refers to the window. So that is a different kind of a this keyword. Okay, so that is there, and okay. Let us do some more this keyword. Explain this keyword in a call method. So there is a call method in JavaScript which binds the this to I think we have used we use bind in React also. So this is like that. Okay, so this bind is like that. Okay, let me have this thing. This thing I'll have. Then I'll have this thing also. I'll have this. And I'll have a const clean table equal to function soap and console.log of cleaning dollar this dot table with dollar soap. So that is like that. Okay, so call method is used for calling a function with some object, and in this cases this is for the object. So suppose I will call this clean table. Clean table I'll call with the call method. So call method is there, and with this I'll call this. Okay, this comma detergent. This comma detergent. Okay, so this is how I call it. And that is giving me another. Okay. Then, okay. Okay, cleaning window table with detergent. See, window table, because it is coming this thing. Okay, so call method in this thing, call method this keyword is this dot table. Okay, so that's why this table is taken. So now if I do like inside this dot if I do a this dot garage, see, it will behave in a different way, and I'll do a Lysol and I'll do a like this. Okay, so cleaning garage table. This garage table is coming now. Garage table with Lysol. See how differently it behaves. So that is the problem also with this keyword. Okay, now I'll have this nap soon. So it means in the call, whatever I pass in the call, it will call in that context. Okay, so I will do a harpic here. So I'll clear it and run it. So see, cleaning naps table with this. So in this case, this whatever is there, it is taking according to that. Okay, it is taking according to that. So this is how it is there with the call. So now here are some of the interview questions in which the code is given, and code is given and you're asked for the output or something. We're going to see some tricky questions also of JavaScript, and those which we are going to see soon. Actually, what is the, so suppose this is there, and as always all of these things will be in the description. What are the different ways to access this inside the inner function for the below code? So if I run it like this, so cleaning undefined with harpic is coming. So what is there? There's a clean table is there, and this inner function is there, and in this underscore soap is there, and cleaning this dot table with underscore soap, and then this inner function I'm calling, and inner function again I'm calling with this call naps room I'm passing, and then harpic is there. So how to different with that this inside the inner function. Okay, so it is not happening, so I'm not able to get it. So in this case there are a lot of solutions. Okay, so first solution is like, see, this dot table is undefined here, so instead of this, okay, I can have here. So this is getting confused actually, this naps room I'm passing, and then this is also there. Okay, so inside there is a way to do this thing. Okay, and that is one of the way is like okay, let us see 4 solutions for this. Okay, so the solution number 1 is like I've done this thing a lot. So let that equal to this. Let that equal to this. This you'll find in a lot in the old Java code, that equal to this, and inside the screen table this that is this, and I'll make this that dot table. I will run it now, and I'll get naps table. Okay, so this is number 1 way. Okay, and the other way is that there's inner function. So this that again I will remove it. So this is one way, I'll remove it, and the other way is like this. Let this be this only. In the inner function I will have the this binding is there with a call. With a call I'll do a so dot call, and this will bind it here, and now here, and clear it, run it again. It is coming like this. This is solution number 2. Solution number 3 is we'll use, instead of this I can use the bind also here. So I'll use the bind here, bind like this, and this bind is used like this. I think like this only. Okay, run it and it will be done. And the most modern solution is like let this be inner soap only, inner function soap only, and that is the inner function, this thing. I'll make it an arrow function. In arrow function has a special meaning of this. This is like it is the most modern way. So that's why we don't used to do that this equal to that and that equal to this. All those things are very old way to do this. That's why I always say to use arrow function. That this is binded very properly in the arrow function. So this I'll do like this, and then again I'll do, and it will be one running. So this is the most common way to do this thing. Okay, so that is there. Now let me do one more thing. Let me actually, most people will not understand what I've done. So okay, let it be there. So they watched the video now. So these are the four ways. Okay, now the other thing, explain. Let's see one more this question. A lot of these examples I'm giving, so you should now go through them and you'll be very good in this keyword, which is one of the most problematic thing in JavaScript. Explain this keyword inside a constructor function or a ES6 class. Okay, construction function and ES6 class are both of them are the same thing. So as I've told earlier, so let us do one example with the constructor function, and then we are going to convert that constructor function into classes. Okay, so you'll get a very good example like okay, I have a constructor function also, I have a classes also. So constructor function, how we write constructor function? Let create room equal to function name and this dot table equal to dollar name table, like this. And this is how we create a constructor function. First pressing the constructor function, and then I want to create a function inside it, and the function inside it is mostly created by prototype. So create room dot prototype dot clean table equal to function, and so, and like this, and console dot log off cleaning dollar this dot table with dollar so, like this. Yeah, and then const max room equal to new create room and room, and like this, and then room dot clean table is like clean detergent, and then room dot clean table is like so. Okay, so like this it is there. This is how you can write a constructor function, and constructor function is not running. Why it is not running? St const. Okay. Okay. Let me go through it again. Function name is there. Dollar this dot table dollar name table playroom dot prototype prototype dot clean table. Function shop is the console cleaning dollar this dot table with soap. This is right. Const. Okay. So it is giving me some error. Create room is like this. Create room is like this. Create room is like this. Now it's coming. Okay, so this is like the this keyword which will belong to the whatever, like in this case Nabindu, it will belong to Nabindu. Okay, because I am creating it it is like a construct I am creating it. Okay, so now we are going to convert this thing into a ES6 class. So how to do that? So, and this is known as a constructor function. Okay, and the ES6 class, maybe I should do it in a different JS bin, because the classes will be like same name. JS bin. And classes is something which you should know. So I will just copy it and then I'm going to change it. So instead of this, what we have here, so class keyword will be the class create room, and then remove this thing, remove this thing, and so this one, okay, this one will actually go into the constructor. In the class, this goes to a constructor. So I'll have a constructor like this, and constructor will have a name, and then it will have this dot table equal to this, and even this thing. So table are actually classes are much more cleaner. So see what will happen, this clean table, and so the soap will be there like this, and then here and like this you have. So green table is like this, and training this or table with soap is there, and instrument this is like this. Okay, so everything else is like this, but this is like this class thing is like much more cleaner. Okay, so instead of comparing with this, but internally JavaScript don't have a classes concept. It has this constructor function also, and this constructor function is from the start of JavaScript from 1995. ES6 classes are new. They have come in 2015. So this is like this. It is there. So that is there, and classes thing is done. Now the very important interview question is like what is so what is the difference between call, bind, and apply? Call, bind, and apply. And bind we use in React a lot also. Okay, so all of these things are used to overcome the problem with of this keyword, overcome the problem of this keyword. Okay, so let us understand once what is this call. Okay, call is there. So let's say let's say, okay, so like this, suppose I have a obj like this, and which have a value 3, and then a function add num, in which I want to somehow access this num I have to access, and then a plus b plus c. So now how to means call this add num so that I can access this num. It is not that easy, means like this I will call like this, maybe you might see that I will do here. Okay, let us do one thing. Okay, no problem. Because it is returning something, so I can do it with a console.log. Okay, so add nums is there. So as I've told, this is not something like that I will do like only the obj I will pass, because I have to pass the this also, obj dot num, then comma, and maybe 1 comma 4 comma 6. I might think, okay, I'll do it like this and it will give me the something. Okay, I'll is there, add number. Okay, so something weird is happening in this. Okay, so add numbers is not even showing me. Okay, I don't know what it is showing me. One sec. Not a number. Okay, console.log this. Okay, I'm doing the console.log this also. So this is showing me like this big thing. Okay, so it is showing me like this keyword is a window object, and I'm getting a not a number back, not a number back, which is not right. So first we are going to see how to do it through the call. So this will not happen like this. Okay, so call is there. So we can do it the call. So add numbers dot call. So call means this keyword will belong to the obj. So I have to just pass like this keyword. The context of this keyword is the object. So if I do like this, if I clear it and run it, okay, see here, this keyword console.log this is like this is this object, and this is 14 is coming because 3 plus 1 plus 4 plus 6, exactly correct. So this is how the call works. Now let us see how the apply work. Actually all of these three things are same. So in apply, what we need to do, apply works in a different way. You have to pass this as an array in the apply. So what I'm going to do here, let err equal to an array like this, and then have to pass an err here, and this will be apply, and maybe I will comment this out. I will clear it, from here, run it, and see now again this keyword is this object and 14 is coming. So this is how we do it with apply. So now the bind is this. Bind is a bit different. Bind, what happened, so in the bind is something which you use in React a lot. So we have to first create a bind bind function, and here I have to use this add number, and I have to call it like this. Okay, bind function is like add number dot, it is not call, it is like a bind, it is like a bind and obj, and like this is there, and then I'll call this bind function like this. I'll call, okay, like this I'll call, clear it and run it. Okay, so see now this object and this 14 is like coming. So this is how you call it the bind. So these are the all the three things. Okay, so now that is there. So if you just tell this thing, the interviewer might ask the next question as, tell some practical examples. Tell some practical examples of call, bind, and apply. So tell some practical examples. So we can use a call to change an array, like object to an array. Okay, actually they were used a lot. They were used a lot before the map reduce and filter came into picture. Okay, so these arrays were used a lot. Okay, before actually this three function were used a lot before the ES6 came into picture. Okay, so that is there. So suppose we'll see a example of function like let args to array. So array like object to object. Call is used to change array like object to object. Nowadays we use the rest parameter for that. Okay, rest parameter. But earlier, before 2015, we used to use this a lot. So function like this, and there is something known as console.logout. Okay, arguments. There's an arguments. This is actually keyword in JavaScript. Okay, this is a keyword in JavaScript, and I'll do a args to array like this, like 3 comma 5 comma 1 comma 2, and if I do this, if I run it, see I will get this thing. Okay, and it is telling that okay, it's an it's not an array, it is some like, it is like, it's okay, it is it is like, it is known as the argument. So it is having like, see, it is also having a 0, 1, 2, 3 index and the other numbers. So this is not an array, but actually it is like an array. So but if you see the proto of it, proto, by the proto you can see what are the functions are there. It doesn't have a lot of things like if you see a proto of an array, it has got like all the map, reduce, filter, and all the very very good functions are there. So I want to convert it into an array, because arrays are very easy to loop through those map, filter, and all those things. So convert this arguments into an array. It's an array like object. There is two other array like objects are there also, which are there in the DOM programming. One of them is known as node list, one of them is known as HTML element. It comes when we do the get elements by ID and something, the other thing into comes. Okay, so I want to change it to a proper array. So how to do that? I'll do this, an empty array I'll do, and then I will take a slice dot call and this. So empty array, in the empty array I'm slicing it. Okay, I'm slicing it. So what is this slice? JavaScript slice. Okay, slice method return the selected elements in an array as a new array. So this is like I will slice it like a complete array. If I slice it, complete array, if I slice it, means it will return an array only. Empty array also I'll slice it to return an array only. But we have to use it with a call, then only it will convert it. So let me show now. Let me clear it and run it. See, it is becoming a proper array. Now it became a proper array. Actually, this code I have used a lot. Lot means a lot before ES6, before 2015 a lot. This is a very big requirement actually. Nowadays you can directly do it with the REST operator with the ES6. And how to do that, you see a JavaScript beginners to advanced. Okay, see, now it's an array. Now array have a lot of functions like flat map, for each, and all those things it has got. So this is like this, it is there. So that is there. Now okay, so now we'll see another application of your call. So we can apply call in inheritance when we are using this constructor means your constructor functions, which are like ES6 classes. Okay, so let us do that with the constructor functions. So we'll see how with constructor function we can do inheritance. Okay, inheritance we can do with constructor functions. Okay. So here I'm going to do a let mammal equal to function lex equal to lex, and let cat equal to, so cat is a mammal, so function lex dot is domesticated, because there are cats which are in the wild also. So here this cat should have some inheritance. So this inheritance mode is again object oriented properties. So it will have some of the properties from here, means from the mammal. So we cannot do like this, and for this thing we require the call. Okay, so mammal dot call, and then this comma lex is there, and then this dot is domesticated equal to is domesticated. It's like this, and then we'll have a let tiger, but tiger is also a cat, equal to new cat and 4 comma false, and let home cat equal to new cat, true, console.logout, echo console.logout, homecat, clear it, run it, and see how you get both of them. So this mammal.call, this is how you have this like calling this dot like. So this is very much required in the classes. We have some super keyword is there. When we do inheritance, we use the super keyword, but this is like a constructor function. We don't have this super keyword and all. So this is how it is done. So now we'll see. So this we have seen the practical use of calls. Now let us see the practical use of apply. So practical use of apply. So pass an array to a function which accepts argument only. So let us understand that thing. Okay. And actually this example I take in my ES6 also, but in ES6 we do it through a spread operator, and before a spread operator actually we used to do it like this. I still remember those days. Okay, so those are there, and suppose this array is there, and I want to find the minimum of this array. Okay, so to find the minimum of this array, there is a function like math.min is there. So okay, math.min. But the problem with math.min is that it doesn't take an array. It maybe I can pass something like 512 and pass something like this, and I will. Okay, I will clear it, I'll run it, and I'll get the minimum of it. But I don't want to pass it like this. I want to pass this whole array. So how to pass this array? So I'll do mat.min, and this I don't want to pass. I want to pass the array somehow. Okay, but I cannot pass the array like this. Okay, so for that, what we do is apply. I will do apply, and so when we saw this, I think somewhere we saw this apply. Okay, here only we saw. Okay, so this apply takes an array and it takes the first thing as an object, but we don't have an object or something. So what I'm going to do, mat.min.apply here. I'm not using some this logic, so null I'll do, and maybe here it will be like 7. So like this 7 is there. So this is how we do it, and if I do it, okay, 2 is coming, 2 is the minimum of it. So this is how this is a practical use of apply. And one more like this, a practical use of bind is actually in the this okay, let me do a practical use of bind. It is like, yeah. So to run a React code, I cannot run a React code in a JSBin or something. Maybe I can run it in a JS Fiddle. I think JS Fiddle have that concept to run it. Okay, let me see if I have. I've not seen it. Oh, no. Okay. Very old versions of React are there, so it is not useful. Okay. So I'll run with Stack Blitz. It's a very popular thing. Like okay, run a React app. Alright, so this is there. Here, what I'm going to do maybe. So I'll do it here only. So suppose I have okay, I don't want a functional component. I want actually class-based component. It's better to, because nowadays everybody gets this problem occurs in a functional component. Okay, so I'll have a new, maybe like foo.js, and this foo.js I will call it from here. Foo. Okay. Will it give me like this? Okay, no, it's not giving. So import foo from, okay, this foo. So this food, I will have this. Okay, so food React is not defined. Okay. I have to do it. Code. I'm so used to VS Code that I forgot this thing. So okay, so this is coming like this. Okay, so and I can type also in it and no error will be there. See what happens here if I don't use this handle bind, so this thing I will not use. Okay, so I'll comment it out. And now see if I type something here, I'll get an error. Okay, cannot access property set this is undefined, so this become undefined. And to solve this issue only we use this bind thing to solve this. So this is a very big problem in class based React. Okay, class based React, this is required because this it doesn't understand what is this and what is this React code and all. So please see my React course and it will be there somewhere and you'll find it. Okay, so that is there. And now one more thing is let us see two more questions here. So we'll see JS pen JavaScript console value, and here how to remove duplicates from an array. Again, a very important question. How to remove duplicates from an array? So suppose I have an array like this, and how to remove the duplicates from this array? So there are a lot of ways to do this. Means you can tell the complicated ways and all also, and I will tell the easiest way. Okay, there is a and because I also used to, because this interview question actually it was asked to me also a lot of times, and you can see in the internet there are a lot of other ways. So there is a data structure known as set. The property of set is there. Set is a data type in ES6 that it stores only unique values. Okay, so it but it returns a set. Set is like an array. It returns a set, but it is not a array. So let us do that. Okay, so first thing is that I'll do a, so this thing is this. I'll do a console log of, and it is always done with a new keyword, new set and arr. I'll do. Let's see what is the output of it. Output of is okay. So it is not even showing me here. I don't know why. Okay, so clear it and run. So it is showing some set is there, and see all the duplicates are removed because the property of set is that it can only store unique value. Set is what? Okay, so what is this set? Set and Java script. Okay, it is set JavaScript. Okay. Okay. Set object stores unique value of any type, whether primitive value or object reference, and it generally people don't use set this much. It was released in ES6, but the thing with this set is that it can store only unique values. So this is something like an array, but it is not an array. There are a lot of things in JavaScript which are like an array, but that is not an array. And how to see it is an array or not? You could do this prototype, and you will see very less things there. In an array, you see a lot of things. Okay, for each is there, but it is okay. The main thing is that I want an array back. I want an array back. I don't want a set or something like that. If I want a set, it is okay. So how to convert this? How to convert this? Let me keep this thing. I have to convert this. What I will do here, come here and do a bracket like this, and then in this I'll do a dot, and then dot is the okay spread operator. Dot is the spread operator, and then I will run it. So this is how you change it also. Okay, so I'll run it. See, second one is an array. Second one is a perfect array is coming, so and it is also showing like this. So this is how we do it. This is how we do it. An array, if you go here in the prototype, you see a lot of things are there. A lot of things are there. Okay, so this is there. So now the next thing, the last question of today is okay. What is the difference between for in loop and for off loop? Okay. For in loop and for off loop, what is the difference here? And the for in loop is to iterate over objects. Okay, in JavaScript, actually, arrays are also objects. How they're objects, I will tell. Okay, so suppose I have an object like this. Okay, so I have an object like this, and I can use a for in loop to iterate over it. Like for const p in obj and console.log of. Suppose I do only the key. Suppose I only do the key, and then I will get this A, B, C, D. Okay, but I want to get the values of it because that is how we iterate over it. Means that is the main thing in object, which is recover, which is the value. So how to get the value? So the value, if I want to get, so I will do a obj and then I'll do this key. So because the key was giving me the key, and obj.key, we know there is a notation in the object which is known as a bracket notation, through which you can get it like this. Okay, so I will get all the value like this. Okay, and now we will see in the array how to, and even strings also we can get. Okay, so in array, suppose I have a array like this. I have an array like this, and I can I want to get the value of it. Okay, so for this I'll do a for const I. I'll do I in I in array I'll do, and then console dot log of. If I do this I again, okay, let me do one thing. Let me comment this out now. So I will again get this 0, 1, 2, 3. Why I'm getting this thing? Because array also are object. In this, this is a zero index. It is something like this. Okay, zero index is there, then 1, 2, 3. It is like that. Okay. So if I do like this, it will not come. I will do an array, and then like this, it is there. I'll do, and it will clear it and run it, and I will get it. So okay, one sec. Sometime this JSPin doesn't work. Okay. So I'll get this ABCD. So similar to this, if I have a like a string, if I have a string like this string, then I have to do this string also. I have to do like this. Let me copy this thing. String I in string because or else it will give me 1, 2, 3. So this is like this. It is giving me all these things. Okay, so this is like this is coming. Okay, clear it, run it. Okay, web developer is coming. So this is how we iterate over it. So this is the for in loop. So a bit difficult to iterate over everything. So there is a for off loop is also there. Although we use the for each the most. Okay, for off loop is also there. So for off loop is very easy, and we iterate. It was introduced in ES6, and we can iterate over something like arrays are also objects which have a symbol dot iterator property. Symbol dot iterator property, like we can iterate over arrays, we can iterate over string, we can iterate over node list, but we cannot iterate over objects. They are not iterable. Like suppose I have a suppose the same thing I have like this const array like this. I have const array I have, and I will have a console dot log of array expected. Do a console, clear it, run it. So you see this array is there. Then I'll come here in the prototype. I'll come and you go down. There is something known as symbol dot iterator is there. So symbol dot iterator means we can iterate over it. Okay, which is iterate over it. Okay. Okay, setter and getter. Setter and getters are like in classes. We have some setters and getters. So they're generally used to access the private variable setter and getter. So that may be I will teach later on. That you will find it. Setter and getters are used for in classes. The concept of setter and getters are there. Okay, so that is there. Okay. So, but one more thing I want to say, I want to tell here is like this. This object is there. And this object console.log of obj. Hello. So I just want to show this object. You go to this object and go to this prototype. You come here. You say there is no iterator. Symbol or iterator is not there. Means you cannot iterate over it. Iterate over it through the for of loop. So and for each loop is like for of loop is like very easy. Here I can do a for, and we don't have to use all those things. For const item of array I'll do, item of array I'll do, and then console.log of item. Directly I can do the console.log of item. Okay, console.log of item I'll do, and see. Okay. uh, and anyways I cannot do it here, so maybe I will remove it. Maybe I'll remove it. Okay, I'll remove it. I cannot do this like this. Okay, so I will run it and see. I can iterate over it like this. Okay, console.log. Okay, I'll remove this also, and I can iterate over it. Like this, I can iterate over it. Now the string example is also like this string. Maybe I'll see the same string like this web developer, and then see in this foreign loop it was a very difficult to do. In foreign loop here it is very easy. CCHAR char I will do, and char of strings, and directly I can do this char. So here it was so much difficult to do this in here. Okay, and then I'll do this and I will run it and see. Okay, I have to comment this out. Run it and see this where developer is coming. So it can be also be used to iterate over something like query selector all. So query selector all we get where I will see this query selector on. Okay, so there is something known as a node list also. You can find it. I have told that in my DOM class so that you can check it out. So this is there, and so explain the concept of hosting in JavaScript. Someone asked me this question, that's when I'm going to tell this thing, because whoever have given interview, they know that this is one of the most important questions in JavaScript. What is the concept of hosting? So hosting means we can use a variable even before declaring it. When a compiler runs, first it finds all the var declaration. It sort of move it. It sort of move to the top. So this is something which we have already seen. When in the advanced to JavaScript, advanced to master. This we've seen in the JavaScript advanced to master. Okay, so this is something is there. So let us see what does that mean. So suppose I have a var a, var b, and var c. I have this three things, var a, b, and c, and then a equal to 10 and console.log of b and c plus plus. See, in JavaScript it is quite possible to run all these things. Why it is quite possible? It is quite possible because what happens, okay, and even though it is undefined because b is undefined. So what happened here, the all of these declarations were sort of moved to the top. In other programming language, if you do this, this will fail, but in JavaScript it is quite possible. This is known as a hosting in JavaScript. Okay, so this is true, and this is also true for function declaration. Acts compiler treats function declaration also as variable declaration. So means suppose I have a maybe a function, my func, and not function, it is function. function my func and console.log of I am inside a function. Okay, like this. So most of the time you see the function calling are done from after the function has been created. In most programs, right? Again JavaScript, it is possible to do this here, because the concept of hosting is like that. All the variables are like the compiler, it takes it to the top, and function, this is known as a function declaration. This is also known as, means this is for the compiler also treat it as variable declaration. So we can do exactly like this. Okay, so I'll do it my func here, and it will not give me any error or something, and it will again run. I'm inside a function, so it is run. But the same is not true for function expressions. So what are function expressions? Let us do that. Okay, so function expression also I've told a lot of time. Okay, func exp, maybe var func exp equal to function, and like this it is there, and console.log I'm inside a function expression. Okay, like this I do, and then I'll do this, try to do this at the top, function expressions like this. And now if I clear it and run it, it will give me error. So it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Okay, so that is something is that this is known as function declaration. Okay, but and one more thing is there in this thing. Okay, so first let me comment it this out, or else it will give me error. So this thing is true in the case of your var, but with the newer let it is not possible. Okay, with the let it is not possible. So let us do something for let b let e, let me have only one only. So anyways it will give me error. Okay, let d, okay, let d, and here I'll do a d equal to 40, like this I'll do it, run it, and see it is giving me error. This let is giving me error. So this is known as the concept of hosting in JavaScript. Very important question. So another question is, so the other question is, what is event bubbling and capturing in JavaScript? So event bubbling means when a event occurs on the web page, it bubbles to the top. Okay, means the parent to its parent to all the way to the body. So it will, an event capturing is the opposite of event bubbling, that we create on a parent element, it goes towards the child. So again let us do it through an example. So here what is there? Okay, let me have something. Okay, so I have means div of class of main, and I have written event bubbling here, and a parent and child is there, and again event capturing, a parent and a child is there. Okay, so it is like that. And then let us have some, maybe some CSS also, because we are mainly going to look into JavaScript. So I'll run it, and it will show like this event bubbling, and see this child one a button is there, and child two a button is there in event capturing, and the body is like a div. This body I have made it as a yellow color, and this parent to the body is that green color, and a bit of width and all those things are given. So that is it. Now what we are going to do here, we will now see the event bubbling. Event bubbling we'll see. So here I'll write var p equal to document dot query selector and dot parent and e dot add event listener. P dot add in the p. So this in the parent. So this is in the parent. This is the parent. Parent is this whole yellow thing. Okay, so that is the parent. So I have selected that, and in this I will add the click event, and here I will have a function here itself, and it will have console.logout parent clicked. Okay, and then I'll have a var c equal to document dot query selector is like okay, this child is there, so this child I will select, which is like a hash child is there, and then something like this is like c dot add event listener, and click and console dot log is child child clicked. Okay, so that is there, and now okay. Okay, so okay, so event bubbling. So we are seeing event bubbling. Event bubbling, what will happen? Event bubbling means to bubble to the top. How to understand it? See, we have Coke or something. Okay, Coke or something. Anything is there. You put a straw in it, and you just in it. You just pass air to it. Okay, in the straw in the opposite direction. So what will happen? A bubble will come to the top. So it is like bubble will. So from the bottom, it is coming to the top. So you pass air to that straw, and it bubble will come from the below to the top. So that is like event bubbling. Okay, so let me also open the console here, and event bubbling is the default behavior. So what will happen? I will click this. See, I have clicked the child, and the parent is also been done. So this is the event bubbling. So this is something which you have to keep in mind when working with vanilla JavaScript. This is a very important concept. This event bubbling is very important concept, and this is the default behavior I said to. I clicked on the button, but the parent was also clicked. It was as if the parent was also clicked. So this is event bubbling. So now the event, the other thing is like the event capturing is something which not many people know. Event capturing is the opposite of this. Okay, so here what we are going to do, event capturing here, the first thing I will do, maybe I'll make it a p2, maybe p2, and parent 2, p2, parent 2 clicked, c2, c2, c2. Okay, so how do if I do like this, it will be again be event bubbling, but how to change it to event capturing? So for to change it to event capturing, there is a second thing which you can to pass here, which is a comma tru true. So these two things we have to do. Now if we run it, and now what I am going to do is like, okay, again I'll come here and inspect here. Now this is the opposite of event bubbling. Okay, so I will press the child 2 now. Okay, why is not this? Okay, c2. Okay, something wrong is it? Because this also should be child 2, because this is child 2. Yeah, id is child 2 and parent 2. Okay, so something was wrong here. Okay, so I have done this, and now I'll come here and do the child 2. See what happened now. First the parent log was shown, then the child log was shown. So it is the opposite. It is the opposite of event bubbling. It is on an event capturing. So event bubbling and event capturing, and all the code you will get to get it. Okay, so now again another important question: what is IFI? Sometimes I'm doing in JSBin, sometimes I'm doing in JS video. So whenever I have to show some output, I'm doing it JS video. I like it more when there is. Where is IFI? IFI is a very important concept. It means it's a very important interview question. Immediately invoke function expression. So it's a function expression, but it is a immediately invoke. Okay. So what is there in this immediately involved function expression? Suppose I have a, so we all know what is a function expression, like this function expression. Okay, it is like we have just saw on function expression. So func e is there equal to function x and return x plus 1. Okay, and then func e and 2. So it is like a function expression is like function declaration, only that we have to do it with equal to, we can do it, sign it like a variable. Okay, so anyways this will not show because it is returning something. So to it show, I will do a console.log of this side. Okay, console.log of this, let it run it, and it will show me 3, whatever is there. So we are going to change this to a if we immediately invoke function expression, in which what happens, we don't have to do this call and all those things. So okay, so what I'm going to do, so I'll first take this function x like this. So this is iife iife. Okay, all right, so I'll call this like this. Okay, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to wrap it whole in a bracket like this. Okay, wrap it all in a bracket like this, and then I'm going to directly pass something like this. So directly I'll pass something like this, and it is returning. Okay, I think it will, even if I do the return, it will not press anything. Okay, there is one, just instead of returning, what I will do, console.log, because it anyways the return is it will not work in a return thing. Okay, so this is like this I'll do, and second on the 5 is coming. So it is known as iffy because I'm not having any function like function expression, function call or something. It is invoked here only. So this is sometimes you want something to run, and you don't have to call it at that time only. So you do this, and creating function is always, I say that is a small blocks have been created. Okay, so okay, so let us learn about promises. Let us learn about promises, which is again I'll do it here only. What are promises in JavaScript? Again, a very important interview question. What are promises in JavaScript? Although we don't use it in the front end promise, because promises are inbuilt in something known as the fetch API, through which you fetch the data. So what are these promises in JavaScript? So promises are like a promise in real life. You promise something and it is done or it is not done. So promises I also cover a lot in my async JavaScript course, which I generally take during the JavaScript beginners to advanced. So let's do that. And for that we'll have a let promise in room equal to new promise and resolve reject. Promise always returns a resolve and a reject. Okay, so that is there, and please check my means that code JavaScript beginners to advanced. In that promises are told in a great detail. Okay, resolve reject have to do, and then const random number equal to math dot random, and the random is there, and then we'll have a console.log random number generated, comma. I want to see what random number is generated, and now this random number is greater than 0.5. This random number function will get a number from 0 to 1. Okay, so if it is greater than 0.5, which will be half of the time, then I will do a resolve of clean and or reget of not clean. Okay, so this is the I like this. So this is how this a function promise clean room is being formed, and it will return a resolve or a reject. Okay, it will return a resolve or a reject depend upon whatever is the random number. If the random is greater than 0.5, it will send a resolve with the clean, or it will send a reject with a not clean. So what happened first? This is like a function expression. So I have to call this promise dot clean room. Okay. Promise clean room I will call, and then what will happen here? Okay, dot then will be there, and in this then I will have a like a resolve, and I will have an arrow function console dot log out. The room is plus resolve, and other thing will be there dot catch, or we can do it small also. It is not required to have it like a any variable name I can take. Okay, resolve and reg I will do, and then I have this arrow function, and same thing like the room is reg. Yeah, so this is something is there. Clear it and run it. Random number generated is this. Okay, random number generated. This should be actually a plus, or else it takes to the next line, which is a bad thing. Clear it, run it. Random number generated is this, and the room is not clean because it is less than 0.5. Okay, let me clear it and run it. Random number generated is again the room is not clean. Random number generated room is not clean. Okay, so that is there. Okay, it will come like this. Okay, if it is not there, so what happens whenever the reject is resolve is sent, then the then block will be executed. Whenever the reject is sent, then the catch block will be executed. This is one of the main thing of a promise. Okay, whenever, so it is like a and again please go through my JavaScript course in which I explain this in a better way. Okay, so this is like only the questions are there, so that is there. And now we are going to see the next question, which is like explain nested promises in JavaScript. Okay, so nested promises in JavaScript, where is my okay, and okay, so what we are going to do here, this thing I'm going to copy actually, and nested promises are also like promises, but we can nest the promise, and we're going to learn how to do that. Let clean room equal to, maybe I'll directly do it. Okay, let, or else I will have some code. Let clean room. So here we have a clean room kind of like a function of clean room is there, and again the same thing is there, and this function is actually returning a promise, which is like this resolve is actually I don't like, sometimes I don't like this thing, like I like the arrow function more than this. It doesn't matter, just the preference is there. Okay, like this. I'll do error function. Okay, so and again we are going to have the same thing like this, and it is sending two things like either clean the room or too lazy to clean. Okay, now I'll have another two things here. So I'll have a right. This is coming. So now I'll have a let remove garbage let remove garbage equal to message, and here we'll be having this something like this, but don't will not have this thing. It's resolve. Let us send only the resolve. It is also possible that we only send the resolve sometimes. Resolve is message plus remove garbage. Okay, like this, and then after this I'll have a let when ice cream, and again the message will be there, and here message is one ice cream will be there, and then let us see how this nested promises will work. Okay, so first thing I will have this clean room called like this, because it's a function I have to call it like this. Then I'll have a done thing, and inside this done I will have a result, then like this, and inside this I will have a return remove garbage, and this result will be there. Okay, so in this then part I am calling again the in the then part, whenever the result is coming here, like result will be most probably clean the room or too lazy to clean, then I am passing into the remove the garbage I am passing. Then here I'll have another then, and inside this then again I'll have a result, and here I'll have a return, and let me use this win ice cream result, and then I'll have a dot then and result, log all finished plus result, or else we'll have a catch block. Finally we'll have a catch block. In this catch block we'll be having rest, like let me have this also, console.log nothing done, you are plus stress. Hope this will work. There's a lot of code is there, so I'll run it. I see random number generated is 0.95, means what will happen, means this resolve will be running. So this resolve, so first let us come from here. Clean room is there, clean room is called, and then this resolve is run here. So resolve is run here, so it will get this result. Okay, if resolve was not run here, it would have directly come to this rest, and it would have been told nothing, then you are too lazy to clean. Okay, it would have done this, but we are fortunate that this came. Okay, so this came, then this remove garbage will take this result and it will go here, and after that there is all resolve. Okay, so then it will take this message and then pass to this remove garbage. Again that will take this win ice cream, that will again take that whatever the message was there. It is message is clean the room. Message right now is clean the room, removed garbage. Okay, and then this will one ice cream will also be added. So and then after that this then is called then all finished, clean the room, removed garbage, and one ice cream are printed. Like this it is done. Okay, so let us try one more time. Maybe this time also it is coming like this. Okay, sometime it's like always like it's a random number, but previously it was always coming like below 0.5. This time it is always coming like, okay, now it has come. Nothing done, you are too lazy to clean the room. So this is like this, it is done and it's done. Okay. Now again important question is like, explain callback functions in JavaScript. So JavaScript, you can pass the function to another function as an argument and execute it at a later time. These are known as callback functions and they are like very important. Okay, so let us look into it from an example. Suppose I have a let x equal to function like this, and then console.logout. I am called from inside a function. I'm called from inside a function, and then we'll have a let y equal to function, and this is callback. So this is, I have written it as callback, but it is not necessary to call it a callback, but most of the time you write it as a callback only. Console.logout. Okay, I am main function like this, and then I'll have a call back like this, and then I'll have a y as x. I will call this x. Oh, not like this. In the y, I am passing a function x. Okay, in the y I am passing a function x here. So what will happen? I am a function will be called. Then this is sort of a reference is getting passed. Okay, and then this callback, this will call here now. Okay, so this is known as a callback. I am a function. I am called from inside of a very common pattern used a lot in React also. React is a very important pattern. This callback function, it is used to call when we want to pass some data from a children to a parent. We do this thing. Okay, so okay, okay, that is it. So there is one more very okay. Some tricky questions coming. Okay, so in this callback only, so we will use callback as anonymous function. Okay, so here we have like let help equal to function and num1 comma num2 comma call back, and here return. Okay, what is this? This is known as callback as anonymous function. Okay, so return callback and num1 comma num2. This pattern is actually very important. Num1 comma num2 I am doing, and this callback is there. So what is happening after this? I'll have a this PLC calc. In this calc, I will pass this. Okay, so let me do one thing. So let the RESULT result equal to calc I am doing. So calc I am passing this 4 comma 2. Okay, and then after that, what is happening? I can have a function here like a comma b. I will create an arrow function. It is always better to create an arrow function. I could have created a normal function also like this. I'll create, and here I'll do a return a to b. I'll do, and then okay, this is there. This is what I'm doing, and I have to console log also. Console.log of result result, and I will clear it and run it. And the 2 will come. So how does this run? So this is the main function in which this calc I am passing two parameters 4 and 2, and this the another parameter is like a function. I'm calling it here only. So this is the callback. This is the callback. So it is going here, and 4 and 2 are going here, and from 4 and 2 I'm calling back the callback again. So this is run. This is a very important pattern because this pattern is used in the to implement the method of for each map and filter. Okay, so our next question is like that only. Okay, so that is like JSPen implement your version of array method for each map filter in vanilla JavaScript. Okay, so that is what we have to implement. So let us do that. And for that, okay, so all of you might have been thinking how this for each map and filter runs in the inside. So somehow like this kind of code is made here. Okay, so first thing is that we are going to implement the for each. Okay, so for each we're going to implement. Okay, so the array method is there. Array method have a prototype. Again, what is a prototype? I have explained a lot what is a prototype in my JavaScript Advanced to Master. Please go through it. And there it is something like array dot prototype dot. So I will write something like a my each. Like I cannot write for each. So I write something like my each because I don't have access to it. Okay, for each. Okay, then I do a equal to, and then I will write a call back arrow function. I'll do. Okay. Then I will write a for. As I always say that internally a for loop runs for each also. So this is what is there. A for loop runs var I equal to 0. I is less than this dot length. Okay, I'm using this I plus plus, and then I have a call back this I comma I comma this I'll do, and then let's test it. Okay, let us test it. Suppose I have a var array like this, and I want to loop through it. So I'll do err dot my each. Instead of for each, I have my each, and then here I will have a word, and then here like this console dot log of word, and run it, and nothing is coming. Okay, maybe maybe I will change it back to the normal way. Okay, there is a function, because sometimes this arrow function have some special meaning, so it is like a special meaning for this keyword. Okay, so this I have done like this, and this come array dot match, and it is coming like this. Okay, so uh, okay, because this keyword in array function, it actually have its own. So here this is what here the this is equal to this array which I'm passing. This is actually equal to this. Okay, console.log, this is equal to this. So this dot I am doing callback. So callback, and callback is from where? So this only is the callback function. So callback function is this only, and this is how this is working. Okay, so similarly, we can do this this is the for each. So we are going to do now the map. So copy this thing. This for each. This is our implementation of map. So I will call it my map, not map. I cannot update that anyways. So what in map, what happens in map, what happens, you pass an array, you get back an array, and in that array something is added. Okay, so for that, what we're going to do, we're going to have a arr here like this. So arr will be passed here, and this is like arr dot push. This callback will be pushed here, and then map always returns something. So return arr I'll do, and hopefully okay. So this is there, and now okay. So we'll have something else here. var var nums equal to 20 comma 30 comma 40, and now we'll do it. Var okay. Okay, what we'll have, okay, and we will multiply something. Okay, var double. Okay, ou ble double equal to nums dot my map, and num equal dot log double. Okay, it is giving me some error. Okay, so I have to again use some, like, I think the function thing, like this is another way to use. Okay, so right function num, yeah, num equal to Nothing is coming. Okay, maybe I have to do it in a different uh, Jasmine. Yeah, it is coming. Okay, so I have to do it in different Jasmine, so that was the problem. So it was actually overriding it because I had this already, so it was overriding it. So this is how we implemented map also. So this is how the map is implemented. Now we can implement filter also like this. Again, I'm not going to do it in this thing. I'm going to do it in the different because I'm updating it, so it's giving me some errors there. Okay, so I'll do it here. Now filter array dot prototype dot my filter equal to uh, function callback. And here filter, what happens, there is some filter, there will be some condition that will be checked, and depending upon that I will have this thing. So here filter, I'll have more than one statement, so I'll have this curly bracket also. When you have less than one statement, no, when you have only one statement, you can omit this curly bracket in a for. So this is not something special. This for loop, if loop, everything this happens. Okay, so here what I will have this not have like I'll have a if here. If callback is this I and this, and then what will happen, arr dot push and dot push this I'll do run it. Okay, I run it how I'll run it, so there is nothing. Okay, so just have a big number. One number is equal to like this, and var new nums equal to numbers dot my filter. And let me try like this time like an arrow function, and is less than equal to 10, console dot log of new num, and it is coming. So this I have implemented my version of a filter. Okay, so let us complete this series. Okay, uh, okay. Because the next three things will be quite similar, which is like implement your version of sum, every, and reduce in JavaScript. So sum, every, and reduce. So sum and every are, again, it will be quite a bit like same only. So let us again like copy from here, so it will be much more easier. Then we'll update it. So sum is like it returns a true or false if all some like all the, it is like a filter only. Sum is like a filter. In sum, what happens, if everything is true, then it will, no, if even one of them is true, it will return a true. And please go through my ES6. These are all ES6 concepts. Okay, just go through that and you will learn about that. Okay, so what are this sum and all those things. Okay, so I'll have it like this: array dot my sum, and function and callback is there here. And first remove this, and then for var I equal to 0 this dot length, and call back this, and it will, if the condition is true, then it doesn't push us something, it pushes gonna return true or return the other thing is like return false, like this is there. Okay, so let us now let us have something like um, comes equal to like this I have, and then cost equal to ms nums dot my sum and lem and em is greater than equal to 120. So greater than equal to 140, 120. Only one of them is greater than equal to 120. Okay, so it will be console.log of EASSED past. I will run it and it is giving me true. So if I give it like greater than 140, give me false. So my sum is also working exactly fine. So this is how we implement the sum also. Okay, so the every will be just opposite of it. Again I have to do this every in a different thing. So I'll have a sum here and I'll copy this JSLin, and now it is every is opposite, every one of it should be true, every one of it should be true, and here I'll have a not like this, and it will be LSC false, and this will be true. My every my every so it will be false because all of them, only one of them is greater than 140. Okay, so let me do something greater than equal to 5. 5 was the smallest one and it is true now. So this is what is every is all about. So every is also done. Now we'll see the last thing today, like maybe last thing only. Okay, so recursion and all are there, so that we'll see later on tomorrow, and most probably we'll come back to this interview question again. Okay, so that is there. So now we'll implement the reduce. Okay, so reduce is a bit difficult because reduce, what happens, the reduce itself is difficult to implement because reduce, there are two things are there, accumulator and current value. Again go through by ES6 things and you'll understand the reduce. Okay, so and it is also considered the hardest of this to do because this accumulator and these things we have to do. So I'll come here and do a array array dot prototype array dot prototype dot my reduce equal to one sec. Okay, here I'll have this function call back comma initial val. Then here we have to write the concept of accumulator, var accumulator equal to initial val triple equal to undefined. Then I'm checking it should be undefined or this initial val, it should be like this, and then we will have our very own for loop. This for loop, let me, okay, why to copy this, just let me copy this much. So this for loop is there. Then I will have this if accumulator is not equal to undefined. Okay. Then I'll have this accumulator equal to call back dot callback dot call and undefined comma. First time the accumulator will be undefined. Okay, so this is like this, and again I'll have to give this this I and this. Else accumulator equal to this, like this I'll do, and then return accumulator. So now let's time to test it. So number 3 is like, so we'll have a total. So reducers are generally used to make it the total, like number 3 dot my reduce, and it's like acc comma per, I'll have the initial value of 10. So initial value you can take something else also. Return acc plus and console.log of it is giving me 55. Okay, so 10 has been added. Okay, so this is how it works, and this is how we have implemented our own version. Let us also check one more thing, whether the real version is working or not. And total real and I will use the real one, and real one is like only reduce, like this, a real one. Okay. The real one is also giving me 55 back. Okay, so here in the real one I will give a 0, and this is 45. See, this is the real one, this is our one, and we have implemented it. So this is how we implemented